Welcome to Body Work. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Body Work Boxing. It feels so good to be back. Man, it feels good to be back in the lab. I'm back in Baltimore and I'm Baltimore strong. I'm Baltimore strong. You know, I'm back on the grind, y'all. I'm back in the lab. You know, I was a little bit delayed because I told you I was in training. There was a lot going on, but I've been keeping my ears to the street. I've been seeing what's been going on, you know what I'm saying? A couple of my people were still checking on me and hollering at me, man. Love the energy. But I'm not going to even, I'm not going to play around tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be saying, you know what I'm saying, all night either. Somebody got on me about it, and I was like, yeah, point well taken. I think anybody that's here already know what I'm saying, so I'm going to be conscious of using that type of terminology. But I do have a couple points I want to make, a couple things that we've been gaslit on, and some things that I was real adamant early on about, and what we were really getting and what we were really seeing. And I got to go down a timeline. I'm not even going to do the gaslight thing today. I'm just going to show and prove. But this really what it was, right? We came out a while back. We said target confirmed. We didn't know what was going on because it was a whole lot of names. It was a whole lot of, you know, I'm starting to see more and more Matias. You know, you could say slander or a little bit of, you know, them not trying to act like, yeah, it's more like in the lines of gaslighting. You know what I'm saying? It's really in the lines of Matias not being the guy, the YouTube sensation. He pretty much does his thing in the ring. And so I came out and said it was going to be Liam Paro. They said that everything was agreed upon, 90%. It was all go. And then we heard that there was a standstill. And my question was, how was it a standstill when y'all agreed on 90%, citing that the money was an issue? So then I came on and I said, is it misdirection? You know, are they just throwing us off? Are they trying to garner the attachment of some other names, some promotion? You know, this is an era. These are things we got to realize as far as how promotion is done, how boxers attach themselves in other names and promoters decide to attach themselves in other names. Because remember, we had Eddie Hearn saying that he would love for Teofimo Lopez to fight Subriel Matias. It would put a smile on his face. You know, we went all around the mulberry bush, but I kept staking my claim, putting stakes in the ground, representing the flag of the hardcore fan and telling y'all that this was what it was all along. We went down through the ranking systems and we figured out that this guy was going to be the backup. You know what I'm saying? This guy was going to be the backup to the whole April Fool's situation. We said it didn't make sense, but somehow I knew all along that this was the jackpot and this was confirmed. Well before it was confirmed, even though we knew that it was confirmed. They was playing with the fans. And at the same time, Sub-Zero Matias had 140 on froze. It's only one gentleman that has been standing strong in his claim that he would actually see Subriel Matias, and that was Mr. Gary Antoine Russell. He's fighting with PBC. He's the only one that said, hey, he came out and did a recent interview and said, hey, I never denied any smoke. He said he will outclass Subriel Matias. We don't know. We want Gary Antoine to get back into the ring. I'm thinking that the announcement about him is actually going to be made, and we'll figure out what's going on once the whole Amazon thing takes place. So what I'm going to do, I have a couple points that I'm going to be wanting to talk about. And while we're mentioning Subriel, let me go ahead and lay out the banner so we know what's going on. So we got it official that Subriel Matias is going to defend against the SouthPaw Liam Paro on my mother's birthday, June 16th, in Puerto Rico. We're going to talk about the implications in the 140 division. We're going to discuss the matchup from an X's and O's, a pluses and minus standpoint. And then I want to talk about this whole Shakur Stevenson thing. Now, I seen an article, and sometimes nowadays with these articles, you can't really trust what's going on. But nowadays, since we're in an era where you just can't keep it 100, you just can't keep it a buck, even though I think I've been showing improvement. Even when I was saying that it was going to be Liam Paro and Subriel Matias all along, I think I've been showing improvement that I won't steer you wrong. Y'all just got to follow along. So with no further ado, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hide this and I'm going to get into the first article. So let's see, we're going to go with this one. Let me make sure. So what we got, Matias makes homecoming defense against Paro on June 15th. This article came out Wednesday, March 27th, 1 p.m. Press release. Subriel Matias makes a homecoming return to Puerto Rico when he defends his IBF World Junior Welterweight title against Liam Paro at the Coliseo Juan Albin Cruz Abreu in Manatí on Saturday, June 15th, live worldwide on DAZN. Matias, 20-1, 20 KOs, landed the vacant IBF super lightweight title last February, forcing Jeremiah Ponce to retire after 5 rounds of their clash in Minnesota, and successfully defended his title against mandatory challenger Shojahan Ergashev in November, forcing another retirement, this time after 6 rounds in Las Vegas, continuing his incredible record of finishing all his victories inside the distance. The 31-year-old puts the title on the line for the second time in hotly anticipated clash that marks his return to fighting in his homeland for the first time since November of 2019. A 12th fight at home, and the most important so far for the fearsome puncher who was eager to put on a show and move toward unification battles. I am super excited to be able to be in front of my people defending the title that we had such a hard time getting, said Matias. The mentality will always be the same, and in front of my people, I don't even have to say it. They know me, the pride of Maternilo. Paro, 24-0, 15 KOs, is looking to spoil the party, and the Australian challenger has no fear in entering enemy territory to do so in his first fight, world title fight. The 27-year-old was at his spiteful best in his last outing, flooring Montana Love twice in a 6-round bludgeoning in San Francisco in December. The unbeaten Southpaw was previously ruled out of first world title fight with Regis Prograis through injury, but now lands the chance to rip the title from one of the most feared champions in the sport. and Paro is championing chomping at the bit. I think that meant to say chomping. It says chomping at the bit for his opportunity. I waited my whole life for this opportunity, said Paro. Fighters fight, and I can't wait to fight the boogeyman in his backyard. Loving the energy from Liam Paro. June 15 represents Matchroom's first event in Puerto Rico, and it's the first fight with Matias after he signed a co-promotional deal with Matchroom and Fresh Productions. Puerto Rico is preparing for a world-class event with the expected second defense of champion Subriel Matias, said Juan Harengo, Fresh Productions. We expect a full night of action and excitement for boxing fans. I thank the mayor of Manatí, Honorable Jose Sanchez, for his commitment and collaboration to make this event at home of the Osos de Manatí. The celebration of this important event, headed by Subriel Matias in our city's Coliseum, not only highlights local talent, but also has a significant impact on our economy and tourism, said the mayor of Manatí, Honorable Jose Sanchez. Sporting events of this magnitude attract visitors from all over, which boost the economy, activity of our city through spending on lodging, gastronomy, transportation, and other related activities. In addition, by highlighting Manatí as a destination for a higher caliber sporting event, we are strengthening our position. We are strengthening our position in our tourism sector and promoting long-term economic growth. We are excited to see the benefits this event will bring to our city, both in terms of sporting prestige and economic development, and we look forward to welcoming the fans who come to enjoy this exciting event in our Coliseum. I am so excited to be bringing Subriel Matias back home for a second world title defense, said promoter Eddie Hearn. It's an honor for Matchroom to be heading to Puerto Rico for the first time, and there is no doubt that Subriel and Liam will produce an epic battle to mark the occasion. We want to thank the mayor of Manatí, Honorable Jose Sanchez, and his office for working with us to make this happen, and we promise to deliver a night to remember on June 15th. Now, I'm here, y'all. Now that that's official, I done told y'all. Hopefully, y'all done built up some equity in the channel, man, and telling y'all that I be seeing things ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? I be calling it out. I be saying that this is what it is. This is how it's going down. And that's what wind up happening. Don't often get the credit, but I stand firm in my views, staunch in my stance, and I still ride and give the pulse. You know what I'm saying, of what's going on, because this is the pulse of boxing, as I share my boxing mind. And that's what we all do here with the 300 mixing it up. This is a hardcore channel where you get the meat and potatoes, the fruit and veggies, no fast food, no refried beans. You know what I'm saying? Not the usual over here. You feel me? Just excited to be back in the place. About to get to the comments, and I got some other things I want to share, but I'm gonna get to these comments, and we're gonna get to cooking it up tonight. Hector, top of your blessings, my brother. Salute, Hector. Cookie Monster, Body Work, Ghost, salute. Hope y'all watching the fights tonight. They've been good so far. Yeah, I checked out some of them, Ghost. I've been checking out some of them. Salute, Ghost. He say salute, Body Work. Jimmy Morales, salute, Body Work, straight out of PR. I know that's right. Salute, Jimmy. Salute, Champion Sports, Boxing, salute. Matias better not make the same mistake as Ergashev and his sparring partner. Also, Paro is good, but he hasn't faced a pressure fighter. Will he be able to keep his composure, or will he give in to Matias? Good question. As soon as I get through these first line of comments, I'm going right into it. I got something for y'all. I told y'all I've been cooking, y'all. I just been in training, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm back. You know, I'm refreshed. I'm feeling good. I'm here. I'm back on the job. Style and end up like the rest. I guess we'll see. Yeah, we about to get into it. Coke Key, salute champion Ghost Cookie Hector. Salute Coke Key. Yeah, let's see. Aquadila, Puerto Rico in the house. I'll be waiting for y'all over here. You heard? Yes. Devin Haney using Matias' clout now. I bullies yet ran away from the Nars for 3 rounds after being hurt and avoid Matias like the plague. Coquille, you're going to make me find that footage, man. That infamous footage where I said something happened in boxing that I've never seen ever before that only happened in that Linares fight. You're going to make me do it, Coquille. You're going to make me do it. All the Haney fangirl channels acting like Haney made the Hall of Fame for a fake call out. Haney just says he'll fight Matias, but never says he only wants Matias next. Haney trying to age out Matias. Man, we already know. We already know what they doing. That's why I said you speak facts. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what I'm trying to do, champ. But let's get into it. Let me take my banner down so we can see this full. We're going to be able to see this full thing that I got to show you. Remember I told y'all this is fruits and veggies. You know what I'm saying? You get this fruits and veggies. So, let's do our first glance. When I was sitting up here looking at Liam Paro, these are the things that I came up with. These are the pluses and the minuses. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that I think that people are looking at when they're looking at Liam Paro. Contrary to popular belief, he has an exceptional IQ. He has a very good boxing IQ. I know. Excuse me. It's rumored that, it's not rumored, but I've seen interviews where people have been saying that he's been sparring. He stepped in a ring with a lot of people out there in Vegas. Everybody says that the man has an exceptional IQ. And looking at his fights, I actually see it too. And with him being a southpaw, what you can't do with him is rotate over to his left. Why? He has a very educated left. He has a super sneaky uppercut with the left. He has a tremendous 1-2 with the left. He has a crazy overhand left with the left. He likes to dig to deliver with the left. And he's very good at using his southpaw angle so that if you get in a bad position and you start circling over there to his left, you're dealing right in his wheelhouse. He's very sneaky at reaching up on you. He likes to extend that right hand and try to make contact. Sometimes it borderline the ref having to actually say something. Almost much like Ergashev had that bad habit of doing, where he likes to extend that right hand and then come right behind him with the in his case, as a southpaw, it'll be the 2. He likes to come in with that 1-2, but it's like a fake one. He don't even fully commit to the 1, comes right behind him with the 2. And he has more than decent power. If he catch you, because a lot of times they say, hey man, it's always the punch you don't see. He knows how to set it up. He knows how to blend it. He knows how to work that left hand into the mix. And he does it at so many different angles. He does it with a tremendous left uppercut. He does it, like I said, as a 2, which is straight down the pike. He might lead off with it depending on how, he gets to you or what position he in with that angle. He has a nice overhand left. But what happens with him, what I see on the back, those were the pros. These are the cons. What I see is he likes to walk in. Sometimes his jab is very lacking. Often, he doesn't really use it. I'm not sure if it's like an Australian thing, the style thing, or just his own style. There's another fighter that don't use the jab unless he really, really has to, and he uses it the right way because he may not have to use it. But I noticed with Liam Paro is he likes to go right in the front door. No jab. He'll walk right in. Sometimes he lunges. Oftentimes I see that his upper body and his torso and everything is extended past his knees. Especially when he goes with his overhand left, always overextends. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a double impact shot because I see somebody like Devin Haney do it as well. Only Devin Haney is an orthodox. Liam Paro is a southpaw. So he lunges. He tends to let his torso get past his knees, which opens him up. He gets in front of his feet. Very bad thing when you're dealing with a fighter like Subriel Matias, who's very frenetic in his pace. It looks basic. It looked like the assassin from No Country for Old Men when he'll just come down, shoot something through the peephole, pop, pop, bust out the locks, pop, pop, then come through and hit you with a bolt in the middle of the forehead. Just straight, rugged, rough, raw, no matter how it comes, you know what I'm saying, brutal. That's what it seems like, but it's actually a frenetic pace. His steps, his style, people think that he's flat-footed. Yeah, he is flat-footed, but that kind of style, walking in, not having nothing, just coming straight in, with somebody like Subriel Matias who likes to deliver blunt force trauma to his victims. And I think that his power is very underrated with that very high work rate. I think that lunging can get him in trouble. And last but not least, I said he has power. But along with that power is sometimes in order to get it cranked up, he overextends, overcommits. So he'll find himself as a southpaw dealing to where he took and tried to land an overhand left for one of those, wide hooks. And if he missed, Subriel Matias is already there and he likes to do those short, choppy punches. He can 1-2 the way Subriel Matias likes to do, and then he gets his hooks and his overhands in, and his choppies in, and his uppercuts in. Those are the pluses and the minuses when it comes down to Liam Paro. That's what I've seen in everything, man. I think his IQ is exceptional. His IQ is exceptional. I think he has more than a puncher's chance, but I think that this is a fight that's actually going to be more of a testament of what kind of fighter Subriel Matias is versus what kind of, challenger Liam Paro is. I think that this is more of a matter of what Subriel Matias is going to be able to enact, and what he has shown he's been able to enact. And I see a couple mixes of a couple different. It looked like Liam Paro was almost like a combination between how Ponce was, even though I think Ponce shot his load way too early. Definitely landed, but he's a combination of what Ponce was and what Ergashev does with that extending of that right hand. You know what I'm saying? But he does do exceptional body work. Liam Paro will change levels. He likes to rip to both sides. He likes to go upstairs, rip to one side, come back, do that 1-2, rip to the other side. But he does overcommit to his punching. What are the pros and cons when it comes down to Subriel Matias? His physicality. The way he fights. You know that he is a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people say, oh man, because just like one of his cons is that he come forward, but the physicality of him is like he's somebody that has to deal with. You actually have to be able to deal with him being in your space, being in your range. You're not going to be able to run, but he will get physical. He if you need to on the inside, he'll get rough and tumble with you. He'll exchange with you. He'll go mano a mano with you. That Mexican style that they say that you want, oh yeah, he will oblige. He's not going anywhere. So that kind of physicality, that roughness, that toughness that he has, that's one of his best attributes. You know what I'm saying? You in for a physical hard fight. You got to pack a lunch, wear your hard hat, have your royal guard vest, and you got to be ready and willing to do everything to pull it out against this man, because more than likely, you're going to have to do it. His other best feature is the pressure. Everybody knows that pressure busts pipes, and it also creates diamonds. So for his opponent, more than likely it's going to bust the pipes. More than likely it's going to bust pipes. For him, the kind of pressure he builds has also created a diamond. He's a diamond in the rough. He knows how to apply pressure. He has a high work rate, and it goes along with that gas tank. I always say that even though the tactics and all that are different, like or the punch selection, shall I say, with him and David Benavidez, But the fact that they both have some of the highest gas tanks, you ain't got to worry about this man running out of fuel. He's trained to go. He has one of the highest gas tanks, and we all know he has power. It's blunt force trauma. It's like brick, you know what I'm saying? Crowbar, brick. And he can change levels. If he catch you with that uppercut, if he slap you silly with that left when he's walking forward, and he's getting, he done already took what's going on. What I like to say about his physicality is he's almost like one of those freaks of nature. It's like old school, they kind of, like in basketball, say, hey man, I got to get lathered up. In boxing, they say, I got to get lathered up. You know what I'm saying? Like really, once he gets lathered up, he gets emotion and all that. He kind of like to be hit. He kind of like to, just hit me, like just slap me around, just, wake me up. It kind of brings something out of him. It gets him pumped. That's part of his physicality. Some of the cons. Well, what Liam Paro is saying is that the fact that he likes to come forward, because Liam Paro kind of tends to try to be a counterpuncher. So this is going to be very interesting because he's saying that the fact that Subriel Matias likes to come forward is actually going to play right into his hands. He's thinking he's going to be able to work off of Subriel Matias being able to come forward. What that means is, and the only reason why I put it in a con is because people view Subriel Matias as just a come forward fighter. That's the first thing they say, oh man, he's come forward. That's like, oh yeah, Subriel Matias, yeah, they say rock him, sock him, that's what Gary Antoine Russell say. He's saying he outclass and maneuver and make him use angles and use his feet and things like that, saying that he would outclass Subriel Matias. That's what the verdict is, or that's what the census is, that he's just a come forward. So a lot of people view him as though it's nothing really dynamic to what he's doing. He's coming forward, which is, has anybody made him show anything different? Other than the laws, which he came back and avenged, has anybody made him do it? And he's hittable. That's one of the knocks. I've seen in early rounds where I've been concerned about the amount of punches and things that he takes and all that. But then again, he's a freak. He kind of like that contact. I'm thinking with somebody like Liam Paro, who has more than decent power, knows how to disguise the left. With Subriel Matias being hittable, will there be more opportunities for Liam Paro to do his thing? We got to evaluate. That's what everybody say, oh man, he can be hit. Yes, he can. He's there to be hit. You do not need a GPS to find Subriel Matias. He's going to be right there for you to find. Can you deal with what he's coming with? Is always the question. But that's the other con. He is hittable. You can hit Subriel Matias. He can take it. He has a jaw, but he can be hit. Sometimes when he gets real confident, he's like a butcher. He's coming down like Michael Myers. He will drop his hands and walk straight in. And that's really a sign of disrespect. Like, look, man, ain't nothing. Like, you know how them killers come, they got the knife out. They just walking in. They don't care if you stab them through the hand. They're going to grab and squeeze. They might pop, break some of your fingers, crack your knuckles, slam you up against the wall, and just take your fruit cocktail. But he will drop his hands on the way in. Those are the pros and the cons when I'm looking at this fight, when I'm breaking it down. I do think that the litmus test for me is the fourth round. If Liam Paro can make it through the fourth round, and how he fights going past that fourth round would dictate to me how ugly, or if this fight will even go the distance. I like my chances. Again, I've said, until I've seen somebody that can actually deliver a blow and do something to Subriel Matias that's going to hurt him, stop him in his tracks. Because I've seen him get shellacked. He takes a licking and keep on ticking. Until that actually happens, I got Subriel. But that's a real breakdown. That's the initial breakdown. I didn't go into the height, the reach, the length, and all that. I didn't go into that right now. But that's the initial outlook when I look at those fights. I wanted to give, because a lot of people are trying to rip the equity out of Liam Paro and who he is. And I find it funny because being that Tank Davis is one of my guys, I found that a lot of people are trying to rip some of the equity out by knocking Frank Martin. But we already went through the rankings. If you rock with me, if you haven't, and you haven't seen the video, go back and look at some of the videos when I was telling everybody that this is what they were going to try to do. They were going to try to discount Liam Paro, make it seem like he wasn't this. But I've seen an interview with Devin Haney saying he shared the ring with Liam Paro. I've seen an interview with Richardson Hitchens saying he shared the ring with Liam Paro. So if you listen to what the boxers are saying, and Devin Haney didn't say anything bad about Liam Paro. He said, yeah, I shared the ring. He didn't really elaborate on what's going on because maybe he didn't want to open up a can of worms. But in all essence, when we know them guys tend to let you really know how they feel, even if it's disrespectful. I heard no disrespect when it came to Devin Haney talking about sharing the ring with Liam Paro. But since this thing is official, I wanted to come out and do this, and I wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to actually give the first glance, the first look, how I see the fight going initially, you know, and what I see going on with Liam Paro. That's where I'm at with that. Let me get back to my comments now. Oh, y'all cutting up. Y'all cutting up. All right, so I think we back here. T.O. talked all that about great fights. Only who the key fight now. That's why I was saying it don't look funny. I'm getting ready to have the second half of this is getting ready to be a Shakur Stevenson piece, but I'm getting ready to outline something to say, hey man, this not looking funny in the light. So we can say whatever we want about Subriel Matias. A lot of people are using his name, attaching that name to him for clout and doing things like that. But when I'm looking at it, there's some things that starting to look real funny in the light. You know, real funny in the light. What is it, bro? Bodywork Boxing, Jose Rodriguez, salute. Yeah. What they going to say now? Matias stops Paro that he's a bum too. That's what they're going to try to say. You know that's what they're going to try to say. Liam Paro 50% of the time is throwing 112 combo he's in love with. Paro tends to drop his jab. Paro throws a few body shots after he does the 112. He is precise and can hit hard. Yes. They hate on Matias because he's a threat. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, if Matias beats Paro, they will call Paro a nobody. They're already doing it. We're not going to let them do it. You know, we're going to keep putting stakes in the ground. Also, he throws a really wild hook on the inside, and when Matias looked at Ponce, what happened when he did get caught with the sharp hooks? All bad recipe to fight Matias. He gets wide. He need to get skinny because Subriel Matias like to throw those short, choppy, straight down a blunt force trauma type brick, crowbar, brick, like I said. Paro wild hook is risky because Matias has those short hooks that slip inside. If Paro doesn't tighten up his punches, Matias will get him. Y'all cooking. T.O. reappeared mysteriously after the Matias fight was announced. T.O. is fighting Steve Claggett. Shake my head. What a joke. T.O. mentally does not want to fight anymore. He's all cap. You know, where did Steve Claggett come from? That's just like when Chris Eubanks was announced at one time. I was like, where did this come from? I don't know. And the fact that he all of a sudden, remember I told you he was the librarian. He's the librarian. He came around and made everybody get quiet. Not sure how well Paro would do in high-paced fight. I tried looking at Paro opponents and none of them seemed like high-volume fighters. Yeah, I did see that. And the fact that Liam Paro walks in without a jab. He has a jab. Hopefully that jab will show up, but he walks straight in without a jab. And I think that Subriel Matias' hand speed Even though it's blunt force trauma, I think that his hand speed is underestimated. So you coming in, you just walking right in the front door, not disguising nothing, not making Subriel work or, move to the side. I think that's a recipe for disaster. Even though Paro is a good guy. I mean, when I look and seeing what he did, I mean, he really set, you can see the IQ. You can see that he used his boxing IQ against Montana Love. He set Montana Love up. He changed levels. He disguised his punches. He changed it up, but then he knew his money and he came right back to it the way he needed to. Claggett is a joke fight. That's T.O., man. Paro ain't going past 6th round. He going to get knocked out, Luis Diaz say. Matias reminds me of Hagler Holyfield in physicality, not skill level. He has a strong body and he can absorb contact without flinching. Very durable fighter. Punch trainer says punches were bouncing off Matias. Oh yeah. Paro will get knocked out. Yep, Matias just built for combat. He built for it tough. The popularity Matias has right now is crazy. All of a sudden, he's Teddy Atlas' favorite fighter when he was Matias years ago. And I was kind of nervous to actually see that, man. I actually liked Teddy, but I just stopped. I seen that time when he changed and started trying to ride the Wilder wagon. I said, oh, Lord, Teddy. That's when I stopped doing Teddy's takes and all that. I used to do Teddy's takes. They used to get like 3,000, 2,000 views, at least 1,000 views when I used to do my Teddy's takes. Go in the archives and look. Maybe I'll do one of those like on a Thursday or a Tuesday, something, since it's a Teddy's take. But yeah, I now, they late to the party. I just hope that I just wish that they would give credit because, you can't come out saying things where I've already said it and there's already thousands and thousands of people have already said it. Like, I wish they would just give a little holler, a little shout out, to a little fledgling channel, because we've been on it. The 300, the kidneys, we've been on it. We've been doing that body work. Ain't that right, y'all? If Paro team is smart, they would make a game plan to attack Matias to the body. Paro would have less pressure on him if he can hurt Matias to the body. That's true. I say he got to go to the body, but going to the body, when you go into the body, you are vulnerable. So he definitely has to go to the body with Matias, but he has to be tactical. And without him using his jab that much, that's what I see his downfall is. He needs to implement his jab. To go the distance, he has to have a jab. He has enough. I think he has respectable power, more than respectable power, because he disguises his punches. He can catch you off guard, and he has enough power to put you out, especially that sneaky left, that educated left that he throws so many different ways. Luis Diaz, that's true. Also on YouTube and Google, Matias search hits have increased over 60%, and Matias has more hits than Haney and Lopez. More people search Matias than those two in the last 3 months. Key doing that body work. Haney said Paro will be real tough for Matias, right? Then the fight gets signed, and Haney says he wants to fight Matias. I believe Haney believes Paro will handle business. I better not see him duck after. After Matias KO Paro, I got Matias by KO round 5. Well, it's in the history books, Ghost, that you made that prediction. Luis Diaz, Key, even a hater talk about Matias every day on YouTube. You know why? Because they gotta promote their guy. Boxing fans in general enjoy Matias' backstory and his career path. A lot of new videos been made the last month talking about Matias' career, 10 to 25 minute video. Yeah, that's refried beans. Y'all know that's refried beans. They sit back, they listen, they wait, they come out and say some stuff that we've already cooked on. You know what I'm saying? They just do a little short version. There's somebody that's just biting. Like, every time he posts something, I'm like, dang, like, dude, you just, be creative. Worst nightmare, Steve Claggett. You know how T.O. do, man, Jose. You know T.O., he performs to the level of his competition. That dude with the nose ring, Miss Fruit Punch, the Matias hater. Missed fruit punch. Even the fight he lost, it went the distance. He's never been knocked down or stopped. He's a joke. Yeah. Aaron Jones, yo, salute. Aaron Jones, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? Punch on Boricua. He's not objective at all. Yeah. Don't want Matias to take T.O. shine. It's too late for that. Hey, real people do real things. Yeah, man. Low, I was surprised at Low. I was rocking with Low. I'm surprised, man. I see he won his little 15 minutes of fame now, too. So people start doing something strange for a little bit of fame or some change, you know. We here, I got Bow with the upset, supporter of boxing. That dude, Steve, got 7 losses. Yikes! Hit that like button, please, y'all. Hit that like button. They will protect T.O. no matter what. Yep. Full protection mode. I hope Devin really wants to unify and it's not just cap. Don't hold your breath, Jose. I thought I had you, man. Like no, that is cap. Champ Sports Boxing told you that. Bubs, salute, Bubs. How you doing, Bubs? What's going on? Yeah. Great live. Appreciate it. Oh, Danny's Hot Dog Eating Nation was saying Subriel is the easiest fight for Devin and he thinks Devin may knock him out. I said, how? I thought this dude know boxing. When they get to saying Devin gonna knock somebody out and all that, it's like, come on, man. You can get bigger and stronger and all that, but, you know, people will start really questioning if all of a sudden, where is this coming from? But, I mean, it's possible, but not really. It's possible, like, it could happen, but I'm talking about the likelihood of that actually happening. Come on, son. Is a clown, one of the worst channels on YouTube. Haney has 0 KOs since 2019. He's not knocking anyone out, especially his size. He still hasn't fought anybody his size. He actually got a real test in his hand with this Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia trolling got everybody off their little, you know what I'm saying, off their pivot. They're not really looking at this right. If you think about it. Bro, I remember when T.O. Pop said that his son don't need a jab. Who we think his son is? Roy Jones? You said a mouthful right there. That's right. In some ways I say, yeah, he's passionate. Miss Fruit Punch. All I know is Paro got 0 losses and T.O. opponent got 7 losses and 2 draws. And then we got to look at Ryan in the state that they saying. So far, it look like Subriel doing real people things. Exactly. Bruh, Devin is a liar. It's getting sad. He said he wants Subriel after Ryan. We went over that. I think we went over that the other night, man. It's cap, man. It's like right now they doing that crazy promotion. It's crazy, man, and people are letting them get away with it. They offered T.O. Raymond Mortaya. He said no. He wanted Steve instead. The T.O. fan base will be doing a lot of homework now trying to find a good argument on why Claggett is better than Paro. Yeah, champ. T.O. duck Mortaya. We're going to get into some Mortaya. Only one that believe Devin Haney on those YouTube channels. Yeah. Devin 1 month ago said his top 3 he wanted was Javante, Barrios, and Lopez. All right, so look, y'all brought up this Mortaya. Let me show y'all something. Let's go over something real quick. Let's go over something. This is something very interesting. This is the other part of the show that I wanted to get into, right? Let me see. Let's do this. I found this very interesting, y'all. And I'm equal opportunity when I do this body work now. I'm equal opportunity now. Let's do some body work. Now, we know that Shakur Stevenson has one fight. Let me put the banner back up here. We know that Shakur Stevenson supposedly was supposed to have one fight left with Top Rank before he made a decision, right? Let me see. Let me get y'all. But Moritai didn't look good tonight. Devin sound like a politician when he talks. He full of crap. I'll stick to Tank and Matias. The rest of them dudes ain't about nothing. TBV compared T.O. fighting Steve to Tank fighting Frank. Not the same. The extent of their hate, I don't know, man. I don't know. The extent of their hate is I don't get it. I think that they, the fact that they can't have access to Tank and Tank won't do interviews with him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure where it comes from. But let's look at this, y'all. I want y'all to see this. Like, and y'all saying that Moritai didn't look good. Let's go. Okay, he didn't look good. Some people say Shakur didn't look good in his last fight. But let's look at this, though. This is why we got to start. This is where we got to start really sitting down and really paying attention. Let's look at this. This is where we at. Look at this, y'all. These are the rankings. Let me make sure we can. Okay. These are the 135 rankings, right? And we've been going over some of these. We did it for 140. We went over it for 135. But I want y'all to see something. I don't know if I should go over this first. Let's just scroll down. Let's just look at this right here. Look at what we got. Shakur Stevenson, Williams Zepeda #1, Raymond Moritai #2, Keyshawn Davis #3, Edwin De Los Santos #4, Maxie Hughes #5, Dennis Baranchek, Zohar Abdullayev, Artem Haratulian, Andy Cruz. Let's just stop at Andy Cruz. But Andy Cruz like 3-4 fights in, I think. But let's look at this, y'all. This is interesting to me. Now I don't know what to think. I don't know what to make of it, but y'all can tell me. We can get a consensus on this and we can come up to something, because a lot of people be using duck and maneuvering and all this kind of stuff, right? But y'all can kind of tell me. Look at this. Let me make sure y'all can see what I'm seeing. Yep. Boxing News 24. Moritai. Garcia puzzled by Shakur's choice. This is accredited to Boxing News 24, right? Photo by Mikey Williams. Fair use by Nation Vegas. 32924. Got 10 comments under it. And that's Moritai if y'all don't know what they look like, right? But it says, Raymond Morataya and his trainer, Robert Garcia, don't understand why Shakur Stevenson is choosing to defend his WBC lightweight title against number 8 Artem Harutyunyan, a fighter coming off a loss, for Shakur's next fight on July 6th at Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. The Harutyunyan fight still hasn't been officially confirmed by Top Rank, but many believe this is the one that is happening next for Shakur. Morataya feels overlooked. Number 2 WBC Morataya, 19-0 with 16 KOs, feels that he should be next for Shakur to fight on July 6th rather than against a fighter, Harutyunyan, who was coming off a 12-round unanimous decision in Frank Martin last July. It sends the wrong message for a world champion like Shakur to ignore the highly ranked Morataya and defend against a guy coming off a loss. What makes it look especially bad is Shakur is coming off a dreadful performance in his last fight against Edwin De Los Santos last November in a clash that many felt he lost. I don't know if many felt he lost, but people could have made an argument a draw, or some people could have said, but I don't know about straight up loss. I'm not sure. I think De Los Santos didn't get as much credit he deserved because he was doing some body work and he was more active, so I don't know. In the aftermath, Stevenson, 26, blamed his poor effort on a hand, shoulder, and a weight drain problem. If that were the case, Shakur should have given De Los Santos a rematch to show fans what he could do when 100% healthy. Instead of facing Morataya or doing that, Shakur defends against Harutyunyan. Morataya is fighting tonight against Indonjani, 31-4, 18 KOs in a 10-round bout on the undercard of Oscar Valdez versus Liam Wilson on ESPN Plus at the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona. Absolutely. I don't know why he's fighting a guy that lost his last fight, Artem Harutyunyan, when he could fight me. I'm here. We're in the same promotion, Top Rank. So I don't know why I'm not an option, said Raymond Morataya to KO Christie about the WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson choosing to fight the recently beaten Artem Harutyunyan for his title defense on July 6th. He, Shakur, realizes I'm a threat in the division, so Top Rank needs to match us together. It's a big fight. It's an amazing fight. I know it's not going to be easy. I'm here to take over the 135 division, so it's going to be trouble for him. Robert Garcia. Pound for pound fighters should fight the best. Hey, Robert, so from now on, when we cite this, we got to say pound for pound fighters should fight the best. So if you pound for pound, you should be fighting the best. We can't just pull that out when we want to, stick it to a certain fighter. So I agree with Robert Garcia, but we got to keep that same energy and put all the fighters on the scale if we say that they're pound for pound. From what I understand, he's fighting the guy that lost his last fight, said Robert Garcia, the trainer for Raymond Morataya, the True School Sports on X, about Shakur Stevenson, who was rumored to be fighting recently beaten Artem Harutyunyan on July 6th in New York, New Jersey. So how can a pound for pound fighter choose to fight a guy that lost his last fight? If you're pound for pound the best, you got to fight the best. That's who you should be fighting. Honestly, I don't see why they would even consider that against a guy that lost his last fight, says Robert. Raymond Morataya was offered Teofimo Lopez for this day, seeing how none of the 135 champs are willing to fight Raymond. We said yes, didn't hesitate, and this is what they choose. Robert Garcia, March 29th, 2024. Man. Is boxing getting weird, y'all? Is boxing getting weird, y'all? Let's go back and look at this. Look at this, y'all. Now, how do we justify this now? How do we look at this? In the WBC, we had William Zepeda, he just fought. Right, Raymond Muay was number 2. Him and Keyshawn Davis are cool. Him and Edwin De Los Santos already fight, but it could have been a rematch there. We seen what happened to Maxie Hughes. Dennis Baranchek is there. Zaur Abdullaev is there, even though, you know, people have fought him. Baranchek, he's number 1 right here. I think that's the one that's going to fight Navarrete, moving up for that WBO vacant, I believe. But he goes with the number 8 guy. Even the number 9 guy. And Andy Cruz is an up-and-coming name. He's with Golden Boy. But what didn't make sense for me is this was in-house, because Raymond Matias was top ranked, but he's number 2. He was just saying he wanted William Zepeda next, and he was all down him. But William Zepeda, I don't know. I guess they sung a different tune. And I told y'all William Zepeda was going to do that. Use Shakur Stevenson's name, but then he was going to try to go and fight the winner of this Kambosos and Lomachenko fight. That's what he was really going to push for. And by golly, that's exactly what they did. But I do kind of find it it's a little funny. It is a little funny to skip over this guy number 2. Not give this guy the rematch since he's right there, even though I think he has something coming up with Ryu, a rematch with Ryu. So maybe that's why he's not on there. Maxie Hughes, we seen what happened. Baranchek, we know what's going on with him. Zaur, they saying it would have been him or Artem, but to choose Artem over Raymond Muay, saying that Raymond Muay hasn't done anything to fight Artem, who's coming off a loss. I'm not sure how should we be seeing that, y'all? We're gonna how are we viewing this? How are we viewing this, y'all? I would love to know. Yeah, and Danny who's, but they grew up in the USA and they always act like, yeah. Salute from Kissimmee. Let's give him some body work. Ben bang, salute. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Yeah. Shakur only had one bad performance, cut up some slack. I think he's the best boxer in the game. He just needs that Matias heart. But you know, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving him his kudos. I'm looking at this move though. What are we saying about this article? Louise, what are we saying? Jimmy, that dude hates us. He's he is just trying to fulfill the top rank obligation. It's a monetary issue. He does not want to share no more big bags with top rank. But that's a good point. I'm gonna put that up there. I'm gonna put that up there then. I'm gonna put that one up there then. I wanted to lay that out there. It's official, y'all. I mean, I think that we have something, you know. Did I steer you wrong when it came down to Subriel and what was really going on? So far, so good. When I talk about the circus, did I steer you wrong about the circus? Have I been outlining these moves and breaking down these rankings and telling y'all what's really going on with the sport of boxing? Now we hearing that something might be going on. I don't want to get into the welterweight and the 154s and all that. I just wanted to make sure that I came out and book in this whole thing with Subriel Matias really fighting Liam Paro. So we got a first glimpse of it. We can go over We can get more in depth with more of the style in the next video, or when I break it down, we can get more in depth with that. But this is the first look at the whole Liam Paro and Subriel Matias. That's what I wanted to get out here. I wanted to say something, give some positive energy. You know what I'm saying? Salute Sub-Zero Matias for actually getting the fight, having something come through. You know, having food on the plate. You know, Subriel Matias, Sub-Zero. So that's what I was saying, man, when I was saying, oh, it's official now, huh? We knew it all along, though. Didn't we? And y'all know the big picture. Y'all already know how we rocking over here. That's the big picture right there. That's the big picture. Until otherwise, there's still some missing pieces. We still have a couple fighters where we need to know what's going on with them. You know, that's still a part of the bigger picture. But right now, this is what it is. T-No Racing 7. I bet any kind of money that besides Hopkins, any other 5 that Matias may quit will beat these clowns. They have the other 3 belts. I bet any kind of money that besides Hitchens, any other 5 that Matias may quit will beat these clowns. They have the other. I'm thinking you mean in Hitchens. Are you thinking Hitchens? Maybe Hitchens. But I think we put another stake in the ground. Hopefully I'll build some equity in my supporters. Hopefully, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, do so now. Support the channel. We trying to get down to we trying to get down there to Puerto Rico too. Y'all know we have a super chat button. Y'all feel free to support. Keep the grind going. We put in that good work, that quality work. At the very least, share the videos, like the videos, comment. Our comments, we have some of the best thinkers out there. We don't take things for face value. We do that body work. Sometimes I don't even have to do it. But just support the channel in whatever way you feel like it. Definitely share the video, tell somebody about it. Silence is consent. If you hear somebody saying something that you heard over here, say something, man. Say something about it. Help us grow. We're a fledgling channel. We're a realist channel. We don't follow all the salaciousness. We try to make sense of it. We're trying to do things that preserve the sport. I want to give my man a kudos. Salute to Juan Harango, Eddie, for finally coming out and letting us know what was really going on, even though we already knew what was really going on. But I'm glad we got something etched in stone now. And we got something to look at. I'll get into some other things, some of the other matchups. There's some big fights going on tomorrow night, and I plan on watching them and doing something, but I'm going to keep in contact in regards to what's going on in the state of boxing and all that. Just trying to wind down from coming back from training. Just got settled. Wanted to get back out here to my folks and let y'all know that I ain't going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I'm here to stay. Just another good contribution, another solid live. I appreciate everybody who attended and came through and showed your boys some love tonight. I love my people. I hope y'all have a good evening. Thanks for tuning in here at Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to